Hello everyone, welcome to a quick little Street Fighter 6 video. I wanted to talk a little bit about Ingrid, the newest DLC character. She came out just a few days back. She's still pretty new, but she's very strong. She has quite a few tricky options, so I don't think many people have like a solid strategy against her. So I wanted to point a few things out about her. You know, things that are real, aren't real, things you can take advantage of to sort of help jumpstart your own labbing. This is not meant to be like a full-on anti-Ingrid guide. More so just a few pointers to, point y'all in the right direction. As a disclaimer though, I'm not like a pro player or a Ingrid expert by any means. Just, picked her up the other day, got up to master, and thought I'd make a video. So this information might be incomplete, might be wrong. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. So, you know how it goes. But yeah, with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started with her normals. In general, Ingrid, she has some pretty solid buttons, especially this one. But I wouldn't necessarily highlight her normals as like a strength of the character because they're typically either pretty stubby or like low reward, with one big exception. But yeah, so in general, what you can expect from Ingrid in neutral is her medium kicks a lot, her fierces, and then her heavy kick. Oh, by the way, just as a quick note, none of her normals are plus. Ingrid is player 2, so you should look at this bottom gauge. None of her normals are plus, but basically everything is safe other than like her sweep. So that's one thing I wanted to note. But yeah, so going in order, let's start off with her medium kick. This is pretty short for a medium kick, but it is a special cancelable. And you can drive rush into a gapless medium actually, which is pretty cool. This combos into medium laser on hit and on block. It's not that bad on block either, right? As you can see, just -4. So Ingrid players have like a habit to do this a lot, but as you can see, there is a gap. So if you're ready for it, you can perfect parry. I don't consider myself to be very good at doing perfect parry, but even I can do this one pretty consistently. It's pretty easy. And you can, of course, get like a heavy punish. But yeah, that's about it for her standing medium kick. Next up is her crouching medium kick. This button, given the character that Ingrid is I'd say very good actually. It's DRCable into a gapless jab, of course, but nothing else. She can't even do like a 5 frame here, right? But this does not combo into medium laser. She wants it to combo, she has to spend like a stock or EX. EX works even without stocks. So yeah, she doesn't get the medium laser, but one thing you do have to watch out for is the EXDP. On hit it combos, and on block it is completely safe at -3. And of course, if she has super, this is super cancelable, right? So she can do a setup here. So yeah, something to watch out for when she has that level 2 up. Next up is her back medium kick. This is much more like what you would expect from like a regular character's medium, like let's say Luke. It kind of looks similar, right? But yeah, the highlight of this move is that this has a hit confirmable target combo attached to it. So she can actually get a knockdown. Damage isn't super high, but she does get a knockdown, which is very good. But on block, there's a little gimmick attached to this target combo because it frame traps like mediums. So if you were to say like press your own medium here to take your turn back, she can go for this as like a very high risk, low reward frame trap. It's not very good. She only gets like 960 damage if she's right. But if she's wrong, she is -11. So like the first time this happens to you in a match, it might catch you off guard. But yeah, this is definitely punishable. You can and should punish this with like a heavy. So yeah, that's about it for her back medium kick. Next up is her heavies. Okay, so starting off with her standing heavy punch. This is definitely one of her like standout normals. Very fast, very good range, pretty safe at -5. It reels her back, so it's quite awkward to whiff punish in my experience. You would think there's like a large extended hurt box at her legs so you could like sweep it all the time. You kind of can, but actually mids are much better to whiff punish this move. But anyways, on hit, this is like a not very rewarding. Sort of like a manon heavy kick in that sense. Can't cancel into supers or special moves from this move. So it really just is like a poke. Where this move shines though is on a whiff punish, because she gets a very high damage route here. Good corner carry. Did I drop it? I did. But yeah, so there's also always combos into her forward heavy punch. So when she has dog step, you are taking a ton of damage. So yeah, don't get whiff punished by this move. Very good move. But on normal hit, not very good at all. Not much reward at all. So this makes it very like weak to DI, just like Manon's heavy kick. But yeah, as far as whiff punishing it goes, best of luck. It's not that hard, but it's very awkward. The next up is her crouching heavy punch. This is the same startup as her Sand Fierce, but much less range, right? So in return, it's special cancelable. And this has quite a lot of blocks on it. So it's gapless into the medium laser. So this is very good at chipping away at your gauge. It's also DRCable. And as you can see, Ingrid is -3. So that means she's completely safe to DP. So this is not... DPOS does not work on this drive rush. Because it also has so much block stun, it also has just the perfect amount to stun you. As you can see with that 26, that means she doesn't have to worry about things like JP's amnesia either. So yeah, shout out to Ingrid. This is the only button, by the way, of hers that where a DI is not throwable. As you can see, 5 from gap. So yeah, be on the lookout for this move when you're burnt out. This is the DI button. But yeah, that's about it for heavy punch. Once again, if she's like buffering this 24/7, you can technically DI this as like a hard call out, but of course she just doesn't do it. As long as she has to cancel this move either, it's -1. So if she just does this, she can easily react and cancel. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that. Next up is her forward fierce. This move is very interesting because it is the exception to the rule of her normals being either stubby or low reward. This button is neither of those things. Very far hitting and very damaging on hit. Very rewarding. I dropped the combo, but it does around like 48% if she has socks up. On block though, this move is interesting because it is cancelable into her air specials only. So that's air laser, air stock. By itself, it's -4. So if you're in range, it is jab punishable. But she can do like this as like a way to frame trap you, quote unquote. But if she's too close, jab still beats her. But if she's like perfectly spaced away, let me try and see if I can. Yeah, it won't work. Your jab won't work. At that range though, DI does work. But this is more of a high risk thing. I really wouldn't even bother. Really, if you're just close, just jab it. If she's too far away, just don't take the risk and just block it out. You can just parry, you can react and just parry the laser. Another thing she can do to beat your jab as like a trick is this. Because her hurt box kind of pulls back a little bit. Good. There we go. But as you can see, I'm still very plus. So, come on. Too close. Like here. Yeah, I can just react and still hit her. So this is not really like a good trick at all. But Ingrid players might try this on you, so just, make sure you hit her. It's not real at all. In general, the RPS afterwards, if you could even call it that, is very in your favor. But if she does have stocks up, and she has like perfectly spaced away, yeah, I wouldn't try it. I wouldn't try to mess with this move. Another thing about this move, which is pretty interesting, is that it hops over lows. Do I have an example for this? Yeah. You can see it hops over lows on frame 9. Here it's frame, I think, 10. But I did test it. It is frame 9. Weirdly enough, it doesn't hop over like some sweeps, like Luke's. But it does hop over reuse, which is pretty interesting. But being frame 9, it's not like this will beat like a meaty button or anything. But if you're just a neutral and you're trying to like, you're thirsting for the low forward DRC, yeah, she can crush you. So be on the lookout for that if she wants to make a read. Yeah, so I did want to talk about her heavy kick as well. You see this move quite a bit, especially at like lower levels, because on hit she gets to convert, and block she's -2 and completely safe. especially on counter hit, she gets to do medium, so it's quite rewarding. But yeah, so because it's -2 on block, on drive rush it's +2, and she's in throw range, and because of the pushback, she can actually walk back shimmy here. So you can walk, she can walk out of your throw range, but you can't walk out of hers. So it's very strong. But this move, one thing to note is that this move is super cancelable, but not special cancelable. So if this is done in round 1, and she doesn't have the super gauge to cancel, you can technically DI to call her out. But yeah, so on drive rush it's +2, strike throw shimmy. But if this is done without the drive rush, she's -2 in your face, and the situation flips because you can walk out of her throw range, right? But she can't walk out of yours. So take advantage of that. Take your turn, the best of your ability. But yeah, be mindful of that. You can, of course, just press a medium punch, especially if the Ingrids are just mashing the throw. But if you notice they have a late tech habit, you can shimmy if you'd like. But yeah, that's about it for her heavy kick. Okay, so one thing I forgot to talk about is her medium punches. When I said earlier that this is the only button where DI is real in burnout, that's not correct. It is also real off of her standing medium punch. As you can see, 4-frame gap, it will frame trap a grab, but not off of her crouch medium. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that. I totally forgot about the special cancel on her standing medium. One thing to note about her crouching medium punch is, first of all, it's very active. Wow, 5 and 4, huh? But one thing to note is this crouching medium punch has like unusually high pushback. So like, I don't know if I have a good example for it, but like, yeah, I don't know. I have a good example for it or anything, but she probably can. As the character develops, you're probably going to see some weird spacing traps with this move because it has like unusually high pushback. Okay, so one more gimmick I wanted to talk about is her medium punch target combo. So this target combo is -11. So this is clearly something that's punishable. Right? So she has to cancel it to keep herself safe. She can, of course, drive rush into a gapless jab or, level 2. But naturally, these are not things that she always has access to or, wants to do. So most Ingrid players will do this. They'll do Fireball. And this will frame trap you. But number one, this is not very rewarding. It's 0 on hit. And of course loses to DI. And you can also, oops. Perfect parry. Or you can VP. So the next layer is Ingrid can do this. And so the EX, if you bash, it's more rewarding. And in the corner, she actually gets a combo into DP. Or if you DI, she has the time to respond. But if you EX DP, still works. And if you perfect parry, it still works. So there's that. But the DP is still the problem for Ingrid, right? Because, I mean, realistically speaking, not everyone's going to perfect parry it 100% of the time. The next layer is Ingrid can do this. And so if you DP, you get cooked. But if you, of course, whoops. If you mash, it doesn't work. But if you DI, the back teleport, funnily enough, it still gets hit. So that's interesting. But the other teleports, like this one, whoops. This beats the DI. And this one does not beat the DI. So yeah, be wary of those options. The RPS is, of course, it is stacked in your favor, but it is RPS. Okay, so this video is getting pretty long, so I'm going to cut it here. I will go on to talk about her throw situations, her special moves, things like her teleport, her level 2 setups, how to break her defense, things like that. So be on the lookout for those videos. I'll probably just put this all in like to one big playlist. But yeah, thanks for watching.